Okay, so this is what you did in class, and this was a little bit of your homework, not that much. I don't know if you need a calculator. We are doing bar models to represent percent, and we're only doing that for today. So a couch is marked up 20%. So marked up means that on top of the original price, it's being we're adding 20%. So basically, think about this for a second. I bought a couch. Let me just write my numbers right now. This is 100%, and 100% of the value right now it's 500. So let's say I bought a couch for $500, and I want to sell it. I want to make some money. I want to sell it, and I'm going to increase the price by 20%. So I'm going to add. So each box represents 10%, right? So we're going to add 2 boxes. And I'm going to make them smaller because I don't have room, and neither do you. So each box represents 10%. So this first box here is 110. And the second box represents 120%. So a markup is something that's added to your original value. So we're going to be increasing that price from 500 to a certain value. So let's just see what we're going by. It's 500. So if there are 500 initially, it was by 50, 100, 150, 200, etc. 450. So let me just write all of them for this example. 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. So 110 would be another 50, 550, and 120% would be 600. So if you bought a sofa for $500 and you say, I'm going to sell it to someone and I'm going to add 20% off, 20% on top of that, the sale price would be $600. Okay. I get a 15% discount on Ann Taylor. Okay, so 15% means that I am no longer paying 15%. Right, so if this was 100%, so let's walk to the store. What's the price here? 0. And let's say something at Ann Taylor was $20. That would be 100% of your value. But you're going to take 15% out, so you're not paying 100% anymore. So you're going to take one of these guys out. That's taking 10%, and I'm going to take half of this, right, which is 5%. So 10%, 20%, and I'm not going to write all of it, but here it would be 70%, 80%, and that's 90%. But we're now responsible for 85%, right? Because if we take 10, 15 from 100, we're responsible for 85%. And the original price of the item was 20, which means initially 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20, right? Originally, but we're taking that much off and we're taking that much off. So I want a number between 16 and 18. In this case, it's 17. So if they gave you a 15% discount, it means that you're going to pay for 85% of it, and 85% of it, of the original price is $17. PlayStation games, $35 plus 10% tax. All right, so let's just keep this simple. 0%, 100%, $0. And right now, full price is $35, right? And we can write 10%, 20%. But we want to add, we got to pay tax, so tax is 10%. In this case, 10% represents a whole full box, right? So 100%, 110%. That's your new total. So you're going to be paying 100% of the game plus 10%. And what does that 10% represent? Well, if it's 35 initially, right? 10%, 20%, 30%. That's easy. But on top, 35 divided by 10 is 3.5, which means we're going to go by 3.5. 3.5, 7, 10.5, 14, 17.5, 21, 24.5, hopefully I'm correct, 28, 28 is 31.5, 35, and then we add 3.5 again to that. Your new total is going to be 38.5. So with tax, and I want you to shade accordingly. We're responsible for the 100% of the whole game, right? Well, the whole price of the game plus a little extra to cover the taxes. I forgot to shade, I think, on the previous 2 questions, but that's okay. Florists mark up roses 15% for Valentine. That means that on Valentine's Day, they raise their prices up for the roses by 15%. So we got to figure out what the new prices for the roses are. So normally, so let me write this down here. So here we have 0%, 100%. Normally, our roses are $20. That's what it is right here. Normally, they're $20. But for Valentine's, they're raising it. So instead of the $20, which represents 100%, they're raising it by 15%, right? 15% on top of that. So we're going to go 1 box. I'm making the box smaller because I'm out of room. Okay, so 1 box over here would take us to 110. And another box would take us to 120. 120%. So originally this goes by 2s, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 110 would be 22, 110 would be 22, and 120 would be 24. But we're not going to go to 24, we're going to go to 15%. 15% is 115, so make a line right in the middle here, which is between 110 and 120, so that's 115%. And what's between 22 and 24? 23. So the roses that normally sell for $20, with the increase of 15%, are sold for $23 on that particular day. The couch's price is $300, and here's $100. So right now, 100%. Sorry, this is $300, and there's a discount. I'm going to take 40% off. Well, we have 100% represented by 10 boxes, right? Every box is 10%, 10, 20, 30. Let's take 40% now. So I'm going to take this guy out, this guy out, this guy out, and this guy out. So this is what I'm responsible for. Let me show you. I'm no longer have to pay the full amount. I have to pay this amount. Let's figure out what that is. Well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% is what I have to pay now, right? We took 40% out. Let's see what that money represents. Well, to go to 300, I had 10 spaces, so divided by 10, each box is 30, so that's $30. 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. Look how nice that is. So now our amount that we're going to pay is $180. My bill came to 40. I'm going to leave a 20% tip, which means on top of the 40, I'm going to be adding a little bit more, right? So let's set up our percent. So this is 100%. And right now, if I don't tip at all, that's how much I have to pay. So let's be 4, 8, 12, 20, 24, 28, 32, 12, 20. Oh, I forgot 16, sorry. Right, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, but that represents 10%, 20%, 30%, and so forth. We don't have to write that, but I have to pay right now. You know that I have to pay all that because that's the food. Plus, we got to give them 20% discount. So again, please remember that these boxes should be the same size because of the room. I'm going to add 1 box, which represents 110. But we're going to leave 20%, so that means I need another box. That's 120%. So that's how much I'm paying. And then from 40 plus 1 box is going to be 44. Plus another box is going to be 48. So here's my answer. So 120%, it's going to total $48. And that's how much I'm leaving before I'm leaving. So my tip's going to be $8. My haircut cost 40, but I also tipped the girl 20%. What is the total cost for me to get my haircut? Okay, so 0%. Right now, if I don't leave a tip, I have to pay $40 without tip. That would be 100%, right? But again, I want to add 20% because I want to give some tip, so I'm going to add 1 box and another box right here, right? So our boxes originally are going by 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 32, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. If I add 2 more boxes, it's going to be 44, 48. So, and then again at the bottom, 10%, 20%, 100%. This is 110. And the last one is 120%. So 120% gives me 48 bucks. So, a very familiar question. Pair of jeans are $20, but I have to pay taxes, and taxes represent 5%. How much are the jeans now? Well, 0%, 100%, and $0. Right now, without taxes, my jeans cost 20 bucks. But I'm gonna have to add, right? Remember, tax is something you pay to markup. You pay in addition to. So I want to add 5%. But in this case, let me add one full box. Remember, every single box we're going by tens, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, 100%, and this is 110%. Money-wise, 20. If we go by, the whole thing, 100 is 100% is 20, so we're going by twos, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is 80%. This is 90%. So on top, we're going 16, 18, 20. 10 more percent is 22. But am I interested in 110%? No, because I'm actually paying. Change colors here. What's between 100 and 110 is 105, right? That's what I go to pay total. And what's right in the middle of 2022? 21. So how much are the jeans? The jeans are going to now be $21. And how much is the taxes? Well, from 2021, it's a single dollar, so that's what my taxes are going to equal to. Here's dinner, 60 bucks. So let's see what our dinner looks like. 0%, 100% of my dinner is $60. So this would be by 60. 60 divided by 10 is 6, so we're going by 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, right? So that represents percentages, 10%, 20%, etc. This is 50%, so I'm not going to do all of them. So 80%, 90%, 100%. So I want to leave a 10% tip, 10% tip. One full box, right? So I keep forgetting shading. So again, I'm going to shade all this because that's what I have to pay. And I have to pay, I'm going to add one more full box because I want to give the waiter a tip. So from 100, we add another box. That means it's 110%. And 110 goes from 60, and we add 6 more and gives us 66. So with tip, we end up paying $66. All right, so by now, hopefully you're getting used to this. Got the markup, right? In addition to our original full price, we have to pay a little bit more. So 0%, 100%. And we're going that this is $0 and this is $10. So without tax, I will be paying for all this, which is equivalent to $10, right? But they have a tax, and different locations have different tax values. In this particular place, the tax is 5%. So let me add a full square. A full square is going to take us to over here to 110%. And let's see what this is. So every square here in this case is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10. And let me just put a few percentage marks. So that's 50%. So $10 plus another box would be $11 to take us to 110%. But I'm not paying 110%. I'm paying 105. So I actually need to cut this in half. Because then 105 is between 100 and 110. And what's between 10 and 11? 10.50. So with tax, these flip-flops will cost $10.50. I got a pedicure. I actually got one a long time ago. 0%, 100%. And if I didn't tip the girl, I would actually pay her $30. And so I'll be responsible for all this. Okay. Minor interruption. So $30, right? That's what I'm paying for, but because it's a tip, I want to add, in this case, I'm going to add one extra box, and that one extra box is 10%. That takes me to 110% from 30. So again, just to go here, initially to go to 30, each box would be by threes, right? We're counting by threes, 3, 6, 9, 12, blah, blah, blah. 27, 30, 33. So how much would my new total be? It would be $33. And how much is my tip? Well, from 30 to 33, $3. And my tip would be $3. I think you get the idea. I'm going to skip around retail marks. So let me do this one, the next one. Supermarket clearance special. Soccer cleats are marked down 65%. If the cleats are normally 40, what's the sale price, right? So it's here 0%. This is 100%. So let's figure out what 65% is. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, 70%. So 65% is right here. Let me just make a line. So I put 65%. Well, marked down. Oops, sorry. This is marked down, so even huger discount. So if they're taking 65% off, that actually means that, so think about, let me show you. They're taking 10% away, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% away, and then 65 would be right here. So all these X's represent that's what they're taking away. So if they take away 65% of it, how much am I left over? I'm left over with 35%. That's how much I'm responsible now. So let me shade this. I'm responsible for this. Right? So in terms of money, originally the price was $40. So let's go $40, 10 boxes. So each box is 4. So then go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 20. You didn't have to do the whole thing. I'm just going to show you. So I need to find the middle point. In this case, 35%, which is what I'm going to be responsible for. It's a number between 12 and 16, which is 14. So what's my sale price for my soccer cleats? $14. Okay. I'm not going to do that one. Let's do this one. On the test question, 40 questions there are 40 questions. Heather answered 80%. How many did she get correct? All right. So this comes in handy for 0, 100%. There are 0 questions and then 40 questions. And then it says here so that she got 80% of them correct. So let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% correct, which means she got 10% wrong and another 10% wrong, right? So this is all that she got correct. So how many questions did she actually get correct? Let's just separate this. So this is the correct, this is the incorrect on my right side. It's 40, so we're going to go by 4s in this case. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. So in order to get that 80%, how many questions did she get correct? 32. Last question. I planted 20 trees in my backyard. 9 of them survived. Uh-oh. Okay, how many trees survived? Okay, good question. 0%. 100% of my trees. 100% of my trees was 20 trees. That's what 100% of my trees were. 20%. So 90% survived, which means this 10% here, unfortunately, did not make it. So let me write 90%. 90%, let me show you that all these trees survived. Well, what's the number? Well, if 100% was 20, there's 10 boxes, we're going by 2s. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So how many trees survived? 18%. Okay. This is just pretty much to give you an idea. All right, what some markups or markdowns look like. Okay, I'll give you a nice visual. Okay, it's going to be part of your original or in addition to what you originally had. Okay.